아 예쁘다.
오빠는 사실 백거리스가 엉덩이를 만들었어.
오. 위험했다.
난도 빠졌다.
무슨 저렇게 빠지지?
저쪽에서 오다가 미끄러졌나? 이게 또 저 앰뷸런스 구경하고 있는 건 아니겠지 설마?
사고난.
다이아몬드 집이 그 사진 맞아? 그 사람들 맞아?
바람이 너무 많이 불어. 큰 사고는 바람이 너무 많이 불어.
뭔가 몸을 좀 소리 맞아.
여기.
와 해난다 여보. 해는 너무 오랜만에 보는 것 같은데.
Van a tener que correr saliendo de esa curva todo esto porque el agua ya
5 minutes so we can go on and head into the balcony. I do want to let you know.
Yes, we're a volcanologist. Okay? Volcanologists wear this in nature when they're practice. This is the typical boy high flow. As you can see, there's glowing hot flash in the back there for me. Maybe not. That's okay. Going over a block of ice now. That ice is turning into steam. That steam is forced through the ice there, causing these lovely little bubbles as we see. Pele's hair, which are these. Very fine filaments of lava that do form in nature. So when lava goes off the edge of a cliff or mountain, it is in fact incredibly gooey. As you can see like that. But this is indeed incredibly soft like that. You're still seeing how it's very, very malleable. There we go, okay, fine. So let's see. On the inside still, we are still really, really hot. As you can tell, still forming. There we go, just like that.
뭐 마시러 가고 싶은 사람
저요.
가자. 저는 되게 신선해 보이고 할 것도 없다.
이센셜해.
Come on, baby, take a leap of faith. We got a love that's worth the wait. Darling, you've been on my mind. Gonna love you till the end of time. know you're the one. Our story's just begun. I'm never gonna let you go. With your love, I'd never be alone. There's only one thing I know for sure. I'm never gonna let you go. Come on, baby, what you waiting for? You and me could be so much more.
각도부터 잘 나오고
Something I've been
좀 세워봐
dying to say.
세워봐 예
Honey, let's take a leap of faith.
다들 고생했다. 다들 고생했어.
고생 많았습니다
And I know you're the one. Our story's just begun. I'm never gonna let you go. With your love, I'd never be alone. There's only one thing I know for sure. I'm holding on forevermore. I'm never gonna let you go. With your love, I'll never be alone. There's only one thing I know for sure. I'm never gonna let you go.
Και είναι οι ωραίες μας μπότες. Να τις βάλουμε.
구독과 좋아요는 필수.